even though I did it 5 campaigns in a row, or was named captain 5 campaigns in a row, I don't want to sound disrespectful to the role. I never wanted to do it. I never wanted to. So the 6 that we've got, in no particular order, is Martin Johnson, Fabien Pelous, Brian O'Driscoll, Alun Wyn Jones, Dylan Hartley.
Shall I say this? The last one. Okay, the last one, because Sam doesn't want to say it himself, but it is Sam Kennedy Warburton OBE.
Oh, thanks for the full title.
You're welcome. You are welcome. And I have to say, Sam didn't want to be in this, but going through the stats and delving through the records, he has to be. So he's in there. He hasn't chosen it. Mate. I've chosen
thanks,
it. So
yeah, cheers, mate.
What's it like being a captain, leading your team out at home to play England on a Friday night? What are the final words you say? That's
a good question. I remember 2011, we came here to play. It was my first time in Twickenham. And I was captain at 22 at the time?
Yeah.
It was quite overwhelming. It was a hell of an experience. And I had a room on my own, because captain gets a room on their own, which I didn't like. And I changed that rule. I like to room with the boys. I don't like to be on my own, because I don't want to worry about being late for a meeting or anything. I like a little bit of company sometimes. So I was in my room on my own, and I remember I had my notepad in the hotel, next to your bed, your little pen and paper, and I wrote down my pre-match speech, because this was only the second time I've been captain. I only done a Wales v Barbars game before that.
Yeah.
I remember wasn't worrying about the game, which I should have been. I was pacing up and down my room trying to practice this pre-match speech. Yeah. So I thought it was this massive thing. And by the way, this is why I didn't want to be captain, because I hated all this sort of stuff. I'm the sort of player, I just go into my own little bubble, headphones on, metal music. I just want to go out and rip someone's head off. That's the sort of psyche I have to get myself in. That was my game, When you're in the cauldron of a Twickenham stadium and you're about to go out, and then you get 23 lads in, all with steam coming out their ears, and they're all eyeballing you, and they're waiting for you to say something, mate, that was gone. Completely gone, whatever I thought of, because you just don't, as a young man, you don't have that composure to remember everything I just planned. It's so overwhelming, the whole situation. I ended up just saying, I don't even know what I said. I would have just come out with some random stuff. I remember thinking, I'm never going to plan a team talk after that. So you learn how not to do it. It would have been awful. I say this, I would have been probably a really poor captain. Well, I would have been much worse than I was when I finished off, because you learn all these things on the hoof, and no one tells you this sort of stuff. You can't plan them. If you plan them, they never go. You could lie in bed and think of the best speech ever, but it never works out that way if you plan it too much.
Best from the heart. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper, mate, if I may. You said that you didn't almost want to be captain. Did you feel you were a better player when you weren't captain?
It's weird, and this is why I kind of see myself. I see a lot of similarities with Tom Curry and myself, to be honest, in the sense, I remember when I was 20, 21, 22, 23, you just don't have a bad game. You got no regard for your body. You're just punishing everything. I remember thinking, without sounding arrogant, I was like, God, every game I'm playing, I'm in the top 3. I could get MOM. I was kind of definitely the number 1-7. So I found the captaincy quite easy.
Yeah.
Not the pressure of it I found easy, because I felt I can justify my position in the team. But as tips come through and really put pressure on me, I found it a burden then. So I found it, even though it was easier, the role, because I was used to it, I found it more pressure, because I was like, should I have this captaincy? And I never wanted to be a captain.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I never, ever wanted it. I turned it down on so many times. Throughout my career, I remember meetings. 2013, when we played you boys at home, you were coming for the Grand Slam. I was named the captain of that Six Nations, played the first game, got injured. So I think it was Gethin Jenkins took over for a couple of games. I came back in the squad fit, and they said, do you want to be captain, to take over? And I said, I actually don't want it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't captain when we played our last but one game. Then we played you again, and Ryan Jones, who filled in, got injured. Sam, do you want to be captain? Because the filling captain's now injured. I was like, you know what? This could be a moment where I lift the trophy up 2 years running, really cement my name as an iconic Welsh captain. But it was never about that for me. It was always just about being part of the team, and I just want to be one of the boys. I just want to focus on my cog, my unique role in the team. Somebody else can do that. They can lift the trophy. I'm not bothered. Even 2012, when we won the Grand Slam, I felt guilty about being captain. And I said to Gats, mate, we should both go up and lift it. So we do it together. I didn't want to lift the trophy up on my own. And he went, no, it's a player's thing. It's not about me. It's about you and the team. I don't want to go up there, to be fair to him. But I was like, and you see in 2012, when I lift it up, I'm looking at the floor. I'm just I feel guilty about lifting it up, because I don't like getting the plaudits, because there's boys behind me who've been as influential, if not more influential, in getting that result. You know what it's like. But I was the same in 13. If you look at that, when we lifted the trophy, I think Ryan Jones and Gethin lifted it. They said, do I want to lift it? I was like, no, you boys can just lift it. It's fine. That was the most I've ever celebrated and the happiest I've ever been on a rugby field, ever. And it wasn't the captaincy who didn't make me happy. It was just winning with your mates and playing well. So that's the thing. Even though I did it 5 campaigns in a row, or was named captain 5 campaigns in a row, I don't want to sound disrespectful to the role. I never wanted to do it. I never wanted to do it. It was something which I always thought, like Alun Wyn, is born to do it.
I find that fascinating and really cool, and also probably the reason why you are on this list is that even when you didn't want it, you're still showing unbelievable leadership and captaincy. And I fully believe everything you're saying is that you just wanted to be one of the boys. You wanted to work hard and dig in. You didn't need the glory. So I would say that's not a bad job interview for why you are on this list, because for me, that's a captain that I would certainly have loved to play with or play for.
It's never one guy though, is it? No one captain will ever say, oh yeah, we were a good side because of me. Like, a captain is, I always think is, so what's the best trait of a captain? And it's probably not what people think, but I say humility.
Yeah.
Because if you had a captain at Quins now who was an arrogant guy, and it was about him, and you could see he was being false and wasn't putting the team first, you would instantly lose respect. But I think when you've got somebody who doesn't put himself above the players, puts the team first, and that's like why a lot of my decisions were kind of like a team first decision. All I wanted to focus on was getting the team in the right mental space and getting individuals to do what they had to do, and then being a good on-field leader, and obviously the referees and stuff. That's what you need to create as a captain. You need to create that leadership group, you know. So that's kind of my perception of captaincy.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.